Yeah, so, I think what made me a gamer, the first games that really brought me into gaming would probably be, like, Nintendo, you know? But specifically the games that I played at the time, probably around when I was 6 years old, would have been Legend of Zelda Wind Waker and, Super Mario Sunshine. They're both RPGs, both really, really fun, considered to be some of the better Nintendo games. Not necessarily the best, but well up there. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of people love them. It was probably like the start of gaming for a lot of people in my generation. It definitely affected what kind of games I would come to like. RPGs, you know. I've gone beyond RPGs, but it's definitely probably one of the first genres I look to. And action, story-based games. They both had there were stories in their game. They had a storyline. It may not have been the most complex, or the deepest, or the best even, but they were good enough. And at the time, when I first played them, I thought they were great. You know, I thought the games were beautiful, and if you look at them now, they're not so beautiful, but at the time, to me, they looked great, and they felt great to play. They were fun. They're engaging. It was immersive too. It certainly made you feel like you were, you know, as a kid at least, you were in the game. And they had a lot of content. They weren't short games. They were pretty long games, and they had all kinds of things to do. They were it was really a good time for video games, and those were one of the really good ones. And I certainly think that it's one that almost everyone should play. I think a lot of people did play it, and
the game that got me into gaming, like hardcore, in my opinion, from like all the games I played over the years, the first game that got me into gaming had to be Spider-Man, PlayStation 1. That right there, that's a classic. It wasn't much so for it because of the gameplay. It wasn't much so because of the story, because I mean, I read the comics, I knew where stuff was going, I understood all that, but it's the concept of, like, you know, just finishing it. I was 5 years old when I finished that game. I was 5. Beat a PlayStation 1 game. That's an achievement to me. At that time, it was really major to me. It's just beating the game. I don't know, it's like finishing a good book. Shoot, sometimes you go back and replay it, even though you know the outcome. But after I beat it, I replayed it, and I just kept going back. That was the very first game I ever beat. And after that, I had to play different stuff, get new experiences, understand where they were coming from on games. Now I critique games very heavy. I can't lie. I judge pretty hard. That game wasn't perfect, but to me, that was my first. And that got me into gaming today.
It's already recording, but just go.
Alright. The game I remember most, Super Smash Bros. Because remember for like these family gatherings, we'd all get together and we would just, I think it was on PlayStation or Wii, I don't remember, but we'd all get together. We'd all get together. It'd be like a little competition between our family to play Super Smash Bros. And see who could win, and that was like the first game I ever really got to play with at all. So that's probably my favorite game that really, like, I remember the most. So my favorite game, like, characters from Super Smash Bros. Obviously Meta Knight, because he's a beast. That man's a savage. Can't beat Meta Knight. He's also one of the easiest players to use. And I think Yoshi, I don't remember what he did, but I remember he'd like eat eggs or something and throw them at you. I think that like the players that you know, Hunter and Heather always used were probably Kirby, the most annoying character, because he can just, you know, he'd eat you and turn you into something. Or no, he turned himself into something. It's been a while. Yeah, because you could jump above someone, turn into a giant cement block, and end their life. Remember, they'd always get the magical hammer. I'd never get a magical hammer. Just kill me as soon as I spawn. And Roll Tide.
So, the video game that really got me into gaming, that's kind of hard because there's a lot of games that I've played throughout my years. But, if I really had to choose one, it would be Dragon's Dogma. That's what my memoir was about. That's because of, just how much bigger it seemed. Like, up until then, all the games I've been playing were real simple. They were like Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Dexter, which, I mean, they were great games and I love them. That was my childhood. But up until then, that's all the types of stuff I've been playing, and they were, like, simple to me. Like, story straightforward. Bad guy, good guy, gotta beat him, that's it. And Dragon's Dogma was different. I mean, you start off thinking you're the good guy, but by the time you get to the end, you start to question everything, because the whole thing has a story about man choosing his own fate, and that not always being a good thing, and stuff like that, and it's makes you question things. And like a story like that was just, it blew my mind. And after that, I just started playing more games like that for the story. Like, that's what I wanted, something that was like profound and complex and really made me question things. And so that's what I love most about games. That's why I play RPGs, because they're where I get most of my story from. And not to mention all the aspects of like the gameplay and stuff. Dragon's Dogma was like a mix of some of the most famous games that like I love. You know, Skyrim, Dark Souls, and Shadow of the Colossus. You know, it was just this, I don't know, it's a good game, and it just really like opened up my mind to things, and I'm never gonna forget that game. It was one of my all-time favorites, and I'll never not love it, no matter how hard it was sometimes. But yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say about it.
Yeah, I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes, call me aggressive with my flow. Call me offensive even though Joe, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love, still gonna die for what I love, still gonna try, I won't give up, still gonna fight until I've won. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no. Studied them religiously so I don't repeat history. And people won't admit to me they don't want a victory bad enough to get a C. They'd rather just go leave it be. And oh, this journey I've been on since 13, working hard and learning, never stopping searching. Yeah, it's burning, all this passion hurts me. I took action working, writing down these words. No, I'm not okay, I just wanna be something. I don't wanna be nothing, living all alone. No, I'm not alright, I'm just barely getting by. But I'll tell you I'm just fine, so you leave me alone. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win. I won't stop till the end, no.